In the first two tournaments for the Cloud9 lineup, I noticed that the teamwork seemed to be very good. So we're going to take a look at just some of their retakes on the B site of Overpass. So this play right here is what got this whole video idea started for me. MOTM is going to enter here, kill Spongy, and then Grim is going to be at pillar, and he's going to ignore Grim because he has his job, which is to go straight onto the site. Well, at least as best as he can with his reactions. So we got it at half speed here. He's going to get a good kill on Spongy right here, a good reaction. And then you'll see here, as he goes up, we'll slow down a little bit, he sees Grim. He initially reacts because that's what he's going to do, but then realizes, no, I need to be going forward. So he goes forward because he knows that behind him is JT, and JT's job is to kill Grim. So he just ignores him, keeps pushing forward, as JT is the one who slides over to get this Grim kill. So JT gets this kill. MOTM is already so far in the site that he's just going to continue on. MOTM is literally just going to jump right over here because he already made so much progress onto the site because he trusted JT to get that kill that he's just going to come right behind him, get another kill, and boom, the site's wide open. So this is what got this whole thing started for me, is because I was like, why did MOTM completely ignore that guy? He literally reacts and is like, oh no, like I have a job I need to be doing. My team is behind me. I know that they're facing that way. I need to go do my job, which is to go straight. So using that example, I'm going to show you a few more, and then I'll even show an example of the old Cloud9, which it's kind of apples and oranges because this team has been playing together a lot and that team hadn't, but I'll show you an example from them of how it differs from what is going on with this new lineup. So this first play is going to be outside the B-bomb site against E United, but I just really like the teamwork on this play. You're going to see OC, MOTM, and Floppy kind of perform a triple peek versus Cooper here just to cover all their angles. So to start, you'll see OC clearing bathrooms along with MOTM clearing this like bathrooms door, and then they're both going to peek right here at the exact same time. So watch this. So as they're peeking, they're checking this angle right here, right? So if someone's standing there, OC or MOTM are going to be able to get the trade. You'll see that OC obviously can't see him, so MOTM is going to lose this battle. And the nice thing is that they already have it set up with Floppy to come right after MOTM, because Cooper's playing far back, knowing he has a gun, knowing they have pistols. He doesn't want to get anywhere near them. Since they peek and OC can't see him, MOTM still comes out, loses this fight, but then here comes Floppy for the trade right after. It was basically a triple peek covering all angles of this area. But one thing I also loved about this peek is look at where OC's looking. OC had a perfect lineup. So say MOTM peeks this and he's at the doorway right there. He dies. So where's he gonna go? He's gonna go back through bathrooms, right? So OC already has that lined up, but also because he was farther away, Floppy's sitting right here. He's ready for the trade too. So they had kind of a trade scenario pretty well set up right here, and I thought that was a really, really nice piece of teamwork right there. And then this play here I think shows the unselfishness of this team. So Cooper just killed JT outside long. They know he's in the bathrooms here, and MOTM and OC are right here. So what are they going to do? They're going to rush down the opper. There's a good chance that one of them is going to die. What they got to do is they got to have some speed in order to be able to trade this, because if the opper gets around this corner and gets back to site, now it's just a 4v5 with the opper somewhere. But if they kill this guy, even if it's a 3v4, they're going to have a better shot. So I love what MOTM does here, which he literally just puts his gun away. And he's just like, you know, it's me. And so he's just going, knowing that OC is going to be there, both running up. OC gets this. And so now it's a 3v4. So they're in a more winnable situation than a 4v5 with an op roaming around somewhere. Now OC here has to be expecting somebody, because I doubt that E United would put their opper all the way up into bathrooms with absolutely zero help. So I love how OC is kind of aware of this. He gets the kill, doesn't go for the op, which is his gun, but waits to see what happens, and then gets a trade here as well. So all of a sudden now, and because MOTM just rushes straight in knowing that there's probably a good chance he's just going to get op right in the chest. OC gets the trade on the op, waits for the other guy to peek, gets the other guy. Now it's a 3v3 and they're in a great situation. So this is something I saw in quite a few rounds, is this setup that Cloud9 does right here. They have a molly that they're able to hit towards barrels. They have a smoke here towards heaven, and then they're able to flash monster here. You can see it's a 4v4. JT is the man going in. So you're going to see here Sonic's going to flash. And because the molly is going to hit barrels, JT literally doesn't even look. He's doing the path that MOTM did in the very first clip that I showed, just kind of going straight up. Gets the kill, doesn't even ever look right. Floppy's the one who takes the right side. And so it's a 3-on-3, and they know that someone's over there in the smoke. So as Floppy and OC are trying to get onto the site, what they're doing is they're watching the smoke while staying hidden to pit, just to make sure they can see what Marky's doing here. So Marky pops out, Sonic gets him. So Floppy and Sonic are all still safe, while OC is still trying to make his way kind of onto the site. Floppy is going to peek this little like headshot area coming up from pit. And now Cooper obviously knows they're there. He's watching. Floppy is going to get killed. And so Sonic is watching here. And so he's going to go and spam that and see if he's there. He sees that he's not there. Meanwhile, this whole time OC is watching pit because there's no reason for 3 people to peek there. So he's been watching pit just in case Cooper went the other way. So Sonic spams there, doesn't get a kill. I love this right here. He immediately moves forward and out. And you can watch. OC knows this and is immediately trading to the other side. The coordination in that little 2 seconds, like I'm assuming that that's something that they're not communicating this. That's something that's just instinctive between the two of them, because that'd be very hard to communicate. But OC knows, hey, I spammed, I'm moving into the back of the site because we can't just sit here. And OC knows, okay, I watched pit, he wasn't there. Sonic's moving up, I need to watch the other side. So again, here we have a very similar setup to the one I showed you before, where you have Floppy smoking heaven, you have Sonic flashing monster, and then OC is here mauling barrels as they go in. Like before, MOTM comes in here and literally just looks straight up the path that he's going towards. Doesn't look towards barrel, doesn't look towards anything else. He knows this is my lane, this is where I need to go. So he goes up here, he gets this kill. Right behind him is JT, and then also Floppy's coming in behind that. Now, what's actually going to happen is MOTM is going to get the kill, they're going to go up. JT doesn't look barrels. Maybe he thinks that Floppy is farther in, or maybe JT was supposed to watch barrels, but that ends up getting JT killed. But the thing I love, look at MOTM after JT gets killed. He still doesn't look to the right to barrels, even though they know someone's there and he just killed someone. MOTM has his mission, and his mission is to get up here to pit. Floppy then looks barrels, and MOTM continues on his path. It ends up getting him killed again, because I believe either Floppy was supposed to be farther in or JT was supposed to be watching to the right. But I just love that they have this set up, and even though it messed up a little bit, like you can see what they're going for. You can see the trust that these players have, that this is my line, this is the way that we're gonna go. Sonic now is gonna kind of take over the role that MOTM was doing. So he sees Freakazoid headshot, takes that shot as Floppy's coming up. And then Sonic says, okay, it's my job to get up here now. So he starts going towards pit while Floppy hops over and watches headshot. Now, obviously, because Floppy doesn't see anyone, Sonic knows a fight is coming right here. Sonic takes that fight, loses, and so Floppy's already coming around behind because they're going their separate angles. Now, OC, he knows that Floppy is taking that angle, so he is going to go ahead and watch Graffiti. Because as Floppy's coming around, OC knows Floppy's going to take that. I don't need to even look that direction. I need to be watching Graffiti. OC watches Graffiti, so he misses, but that leads Floppy to get this kill from the distraction. Infinite shooting at OC, so then Floppy easily gets another double kill. So as they're coming in, OC had mollied barrels from outside, and then you can see if Floppy is watching if someone comes out of barrels and also watching the headshot area, while Sonic is watching down towards Graffiti. So Sonic is looking, he shoots at Food, who's now in that Graffiti cubby, and I love this play right here. Because Floppy doesn't see anybody, he then turns and starts taking over this Graffiti area, while Sonic immediately switches over and is now taking over the right side. So Floppy goes to check water, gets 1 kill, immediately knows there's someone at Graffiti, doesn't see the other person water. Food is going to peek this to try and kill Floppy also. So Sonic is already on the right side waiting, and he's going to get that easy kill on the scout player who isn't even looking anywhere near his direction. And then again, what does Sonic do? He backs up to watch the right, while OC comes up and he's now watching the left side. MOTM entering, 2 flashes are also coming in. So he goes in, does what he's supposed to do, which again is to get to pit. He does a quick peek to the right and sees a player, but then immediately turns back around because his job is to get to pit. So JT is watching Graffiti, MOTM is watching pit, and now they're on the site. So Floppy down here, him and OC have to work to get in lower, not knowing that there's 2 people down there. But because MOTM is so deep in here, Even though Freak gets the kill on JT, they have no idea that MOTM's already like literally onto the site. So he gets the easy kill on Freakazoid. Floppy dies down below, so now it's 3-on-4. And what I think is crazy here is how smart and calm OC is here. He has an op, he's smoked off, but he doesn't panic, doesn't go through, and kind of just like lets MOTM and Sonic work. So MOTM gets the kill, starts going down, knowing that there's at least one down here. OC is down here, and he's just kind of spamming shots. I don't think he actually thinks he's going to connect to anybody. The whole reason he's doing that is because MOTM is coming over the top, and he wants this person distracted by whoever is down by the smoke. So MOTM comes over the top, gets the kill. OC is still kind of chilling, trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe he hears Marky, maybe he isn't sure, but he knows if he pushes through this smoke, he's pretty much dead. So now MOTM hits like the turn of his life. Just absolutely destroys Marky. Now they know the bottom's clear, and OC can pop through as the smoke is fading. So I think this is so important because normally everything OC wants to do is, crap, 2 of my people are on site, 2 are dead, I need to get in there and help. But the way he was able to help was to stay outside the smoke, cause that pressure down by Monster to allow MOTM to wrap around and see who's there and get a different angle. So now I want to compare this a little bit to the Cloud9 lineup before. And I know that it's not really a fair comparison because this lineup just had so many changes and hasn't had a lot of time together. But I figured I'd compare for comparison's sake. One main difference you can see right here, which is not a teamwork thing, but probably a map knowledge thing. Kusta actually throws his molly from here inside the site instead of having already had it thrown before they even got in. So if someone was barrels, he's kind of standing out in the open with no weapon in his hand right now. Whereas this is done for the new lineup from outside the site. So here they've smoked Audi off, and so Sabrosa and Kusta are really the ones who are pushing the site right now. You can see that no one's really looking to the right. Kusta's looking left. Sabrosa is actually looking at the exact same angle, but Kusta can't see the player while Sabrosa can. As Audi's coming out and looking up towards Graffiti, Kusta's also looking up that way, and then Sabrosa is also looking up that way. So all 3 of them are looking at this angle. But the problem is Kusta's looking this way, but he can't see anybody. So they're not gaining any ground. Audi's kind of wide out in the open, and Sabrosa is also able to be shot. I'm not really sure what happened there. So Audi pops out, and now it's a 2v1 for Automatic. He's not going to win this. Kusta can't see anybody, and Sabrosa is turned around. So Audi obviously loses. Then Kusta peeks, but Sabrosa is also looking at the same angle, but again, he can't see anybody. So Kusta peeks. He gets that kill. So Sabrosa is also looking the same way, also vulnerable. So he actually ends up dying to Plop, who, again, Kusta can't trade because he can't see him. This whole time, they haven't made any steps onto the site, and no one's watching the right side of Lekro over here. So Kusta steps out to take the trade, but the second he takes the trade, Lekro's right there to finish it off. So on the next round here, they're kind of spread out, but there's only 30 seconds left. Automatic and Sabrosa are down here at the B-bomb site, and they're going to kind of peek and kind of see what's going on. So it starts off good. Sabrosa checking heaven, and now he's going to go and check towards Graffiti as Automatic is watching the guy that they know is towards barrels. So Sabrosa's peeking out. Audie's watching barrels. But now Sabrosa is also watching barrels. Checks pit. Audie's still watching barrels. Now, they're both looking at the exact same place, and they have not been able to see down towards pit yet. While they end up getting this kill right here, because it's an ump versus 2 Kriegs, look at both of them right now. They're both looking at the exact same spot. If someone was to peek heaven or Graffiti, or even to pop out from like headshot, both of them are dead. Especially Graffiti in heaven, if someone pops out from there, they're both looking the exact same spot. Sabrosa even actually hits Automatic once. Where if that was this new team, Sabrosa 100% would be in pit right now, curling around. I also don't think I saw any kind of kills like this where Automatic just goes blind, going straight for a kill. No one around for a trade, no one around for kind of anything else going on. You can see he goes up here, just holds his angle, sees a guy, and dies. But now there's no one else in position to do anything. Kusa's smoked off. Daps isn't even anywhere near water. Automatic just went for the play, lost. Now it's a 4v5. They have an op. Again, same round. Sabrosa and Mixwell coming in. Monster, both looking at the exact same area, both looking at barrels here, just kind of waiting. Then as Mixwell comes out to check up towards main site, Sabrosa also standing right next to him, comes out, checks the exact same area, both looking at the exact same spot. No one watching barrels at all. Still just looking at the same spot. Finally, Mixwell goes to check barrels. has to hit a flick headshot. Well, flick is generous, but you know what I mean. Sabrosa, he's also dead. And then that's the round over. The last thing I noticed in this game is when going B, a lot of times the new roster will do something very similar that the Cloud9 is doing right here, where they'll send JT up and he'll kind of scout around this mid area or long or whatever, kind of get some control, because if you don't have anyone here, you have no idea if they've pushed up and they're coming behind you and it's like a full stack on B. So they're kind of doing something similar here where everyone else is mostly towards B and Mixwell is kind of taking some control. The difference here is that JT always like kind of stops once they have this control, because right now Mixwell knows they have mid, knows probably that they have playground, all that kind of stuff, so they're kind of set up for B. He also should know that they have an op, and if they're not in this bathroom's mid area, then where else are they going to be? Like, they're going to be on site. So he kind of tries to take a little bit more here and ends up dying. So now again it's a 4v5, but he was by himself, there's no teammates anywhere around. They're all on the B bomb site. I don't think JT makes this move, because gaining this extra little bit of control when there's no one else around doesn't seem to be that advantageous, because it's not like the rest of the team is about to pop on the site. They're still setting up everything. They have no smokes going in, no mollies. And so any sort of like, oh, it's a fake, maybe they'll rotate, like they're already going to be waiting and not see anyone else at this point and be totally set up. So I think gaining that extra ground didn't really gain them anything, or wouldn't really have gained them anything, because if they already gave up that whole mid area, then they're probably just waiting, looking down towards bathrooms from sight or watching long or something like that. Whereas when JT does it, he kind of moves around in that area and then heads back towards B once they know they already have all that control. So this is kind of what I'm talking about here. This is versus MIBR. You can see JT has kind of come up and cleared this whole area before he goes ahead and moves towards B, because that's where everyone else is. So a lot of the plays in this MIBR game were very similar to what I showed you before about how they overtake the B site. So I'm not going to keep showing that, but there's two last things I wanted to show that I just thought were really cool and worth pointing out. One is MOTM entering into B here. So again, they're doing a 4-person take, doing a flash. His job, like always, push graffiti. So he starts pushing up, sees that someone has died on that pillar. So he checks here and actually starts shooting, but he's still crouch walking here towards the spot that he's trying to get, which is pit. So he ends up hitting him here, but then even without killing him, he knows that this is Floppy or OC's job here. So even without killing him, he's like, okay, you know what? That's not my job. Floppy or OC's gonna get that. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna keep going. So lastly, I kind of wanted to show you this basically still image of after they had taken on a site, Sonic had just gotten a kill, and now they're rushing onto the site, but look at like their positions. They have Floppy watching towards graffiti. They have MOTM kind of checking to make sure if someone comes up this area, he's also pushing forward towards checking pit. They then have OC, who was just watching towards graffiti and is now moving on to take over a new position. And they have Sonic watching towards heaven. So right now they have everything covered. And you'll see this with this team when they're doing these takes of the sites, about how as they're moving onto the site, their positions are dictating what they're watching, and they all know what each other are watching, and they all trust each other to be watching those things, because there's no way this is happening in real time that they're telling each other what they're watching, because it's just too fast. It's too fluid. Like, this obviously is something that they drill and that they work on, and it's absolutely incredible to watch. So next time you're watching this team and they're doing these kinds of things, try and pay attention when they're coming on and like how they are working with each other, because this team seems to do such a good job of that. Be so unselfish and know, hey, I don't care if I die, we need to win the round, or I don't care if I die, this is my spot. I trust my teammate behind me to be holding that other spot, and this is how we're going to win rounds. Not on individual talent necessarily, but because we're just going to be the better team. We're going to be drilled together. We're going to trust more. We're going to be more unselfish. And it's been an absolute joy to watch. And I really am looking forward to this coming weekend and everything coming forward. Thank you all. Hopefully you all learned something and this was fun and interesting. Hoping to create a lot more of this kind of stuff. Follow me on Twitter at Cloud9_win or website C9win. Hopefully it's interesting. Hopefully we can all just grow smarter together. I am not at all a CSGO big brain, anything like that. In the whole terms of things, I'm very new to CSGO. I just thought we should point out what's going on, talk about, discuss. Maybe us as all as fans can grow in our knowledge together and just become a smarter fan base. That's my goal. I love Cloud9. Want to put out some content. Hopefully we can all get smarter in the process. See you guys in the next time. Thanks for watching.